Hello, this is Anime Visions, and welcome to What If Deku. Well, no. Always mess it up. Welcome to MHA Apocalypse. So. Woo. Now, I've already done this once, but at the end, the audio cut out. So, I will be, redoing that. Also, I wanted to redo it anyway because there was a few problems in it. Now, we're gonna start off with, rewinding about a week. This is back, right before Deku got bit. Everyone was about to evacuate. Everyone was trying to get out of there. Everyone saw Deku trying to hold them all off. So, but because of Deku being weak in this one, he couldn't. They knew he couldn't survive long. Then they also All Might fight him. And then other infected start fighting him, but he kept on fighting. So, now, skipping over to whenever they get back to the store, they follow their older plan. They just stayed in the store for the entire week. Though towards the end, some people decided to try and loot their area. And whenever they got in, they left the gate open, causing the infected to get in. Here's a bloodbath, and Ashido and the Sugar Rush guy, so they stay behind while everyone gets all this stuff ready. And they come back for them whenever it's done. So they started killing more of the infected. And pretty much, the Sugar Rush guy got bit, and then he started eating Ashido. So then everything Deku happened. Now, okay. So now when Deku wakes up, it's been a few hours. He looks around to see if they've left anything. The store had a few items, had a quarter of the items gone that were in there. So Deku thought that they must have ran through supplies pretty quickly, or they looted up as much as they could while they left. Now, he looked around for any evidence of where they're going, because he knows he can't meet up with them now, but after what he's just done, Deku feels like he has to do something to kind of help him in any way possible. So, he starts looting everything in the store. Everything that was left behind. He put it all in a pickup truck that was in the parking lot. And he started looting around for weapons. Deku picked up the pitchfork out of President Mike's head. And then he started having a flash. Apparently one of the people that he ate. Apparently he gets the memories of them. Of whoever he eats. I guess as long as he eats the brain. And you'll also gain your skills. Apparently this guy was a farmer. So, he knows more about plants and raising livestock. So Deku thought that would come in handy. He realized a few other people who some martial arts had some other skills. One knew how to cook, and there's quite a one just who knew how to do mainly household things. So Deku realized he get skill points as long as they were alive. As long as he did not eat the infecteds. As long as they don't turn, he's good. Because most of them were already dead by being stabbed in the head. Now, Deku began looking for a map, trying to see if she knew where they were going. And he narrowed it down. 10 areas nearby. One was another store. One was a farm. And the other ones were the gas station. Deku assumed they'd probably go towards the store though. Well, not go. Well, they'd go towards the farm. Deku decided to go to the city and get as many materials for them as possible. And 1 week later. Just 1 week later. Deku has pretty much found out what most of his abilities are. He has increased strength, speed, endurance. He doesn't need sleep. He doesn't have to sleep for 2 days. Until he starts getting exhausted. But, and he can run for an hour and a half straight. It's full on sprint. He does not have to eat every day. He doesn't have to eat and drink every day. But he has to at least do so 5 times a week. Which is most of the week. So he can pretty much he skips 2 days a week. If he doesn't eat if he doesn't eat those 5 times during the week, or if he doesn't eat, or if there's like a whole bunch of blood near him, he will go berserk. So he tries to eat as often as possible. If he ever feels a little bit hungry, he gets a little snack just to ensure he can go berserk. He's also realized all of his senses have increased. His eyes can see, well, he basically has night vision. Darkness does not affect him. His sense of smell has increased dramatically. He can smell, he can smell blood up to 2 miles away, just like the other infected. His hearing has increased dramatically. He could hear a pin drop from 4 miles away. His reaction time has also increased to the point where the moment he hears a gunshot, he can catch a bullet. Though he can't catch multiple bullets. Catching a bullet is kind of hard. But whenever he activates one for all these abilities are increased depending on how much percentage he uses. He's figured out he's only using 5%, which is equal to 10% of one for all. Because the virus strength is it. He also realized his regeneration is higher as well. Like, it's not he can regrow a limb good. It's more like he can survive gunshots. Also, his skin is, his skin and bones are almost as tough as steel. So, it's one of the reasons why he can use overall. So. Now, he also cannot get infected whenever he gets bit, so he doesn't care. He can also reattach limbs, but he has to hold them there for a good 10 minutes for them to fully reattach. Chunks of flesh, he can wake up and it takes 2 days to heal, and his armor's back to normal. I know that kind of sounds a little OP, but I like OP days. Yeah. Deku heads to the farm. Sorry about my sister going la 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 la. You can hear that. Now, Deku, whenever, okay, so Deku heads to the farm where he last saw everyone. Now his hair is different. Instead of it being green and black, like how it is in the photo, all the green is replaced by white. And some of the black bits are starting to turn white as well. Kind of starting to look like how most infected are now. Their hair is mostly white. His eyes are still red, but he found, but they're not glowing with infected. He's found ways how to keep himself from, keep everyone from finding out he's infected. 1. He wears a hat. Dyeing his hair does not work. Within an hour, it turns white again. No. He just wears a hat. He has contacts that make his eyes look blue. And he also has a mask. covers half of his face, so no one can tell what he is. Also, because of the virus, it still affects Deku's brain. And it does slightly affect his speech. Not to a point where he can't talk, but his voice sounds a lot rougher. He can still talk well, but it's rougher. So you can't even tell that's Deku's voice. Now, Deku, whenever getting to the farm, there's a huge cement wall made by Cementos. Even though they're far off, there's two ways. Yeah, there's two ways in and out. And Cementos put up the wall. Now, Deku, he's decided to, like, whenever Nezu sees Deku approaching, so does Bakugo and Kirishima. They have sniper rifles trained on Deku. And, the other sniper rifles aimed at Deku. Deku doesn't even flinch. He just says that, Nezu asks, what does he want, he asks what does he want, because they've kind of grown to not really like people, other than people in the group. Deku says that he's been by himself in the city for a while, and he used his phone to find, since his phones still do work, internet still works, just you need to find places to charge it, so that's the problem. Deku, he asks them all, he asks Nezu if he can just stay there for 2 days. He says that he's lived in the city, and the place has just gotten so bad to the point where he can't even live there anymore. He says after the end of the 2 nights, he'll give him half of his supplies. And Nezu says, that, it's fine, but it doesn't look like he has that much supplies, and they have quite a group of people, or a big group of people. Deku. Ivory, where are you going? No, stay outside. Want me to push you on the swing? You gotta stay outside.
Okay, do you high?
Okay, really, really high. Nope.
Okay.
Deku.
Okay, do it.
While, so Deku just says that he is a truck full of supplies. He ate someone and found out how to drive a semi. So he has a semi now. And he says that he will give them half supplies in there. So, Nezu agrees and says, and he says, here are the terms. Stop. Shh, Ivory. I'm not gonna push you if you keep on doing that. No, being loud, okay? Now, Deku asks what the terms are. Nezu says they'll feed him if he works. Deku says, okay. And then they said, he's going, I said that he's going to have to talk to a few people, see who he wants to bunk with. Since they all live in a cabin, esque thing. Because Kamui Woods built it. Because there was only one house, and it had 2 rooms. So that's kind of like their headquarters right now. So, Kamui Woods is with them. There was Mount Lady, but not really anyone else. Mount Lady and Kamui Woods are helping with building, usually. So, Deku says no, he has a tent and he can sleep in that. Deku asks, are you sure you're giving us half of your supplies? Deku said that he's fine. And he doesn't really want to disturb anyone. And then Nezu says, we also want to see your face. Because we want to know the face of the person that we're keeping track of. Deku just looked at them and said, no. He said, he makes up the excuse that part of his mouth was torn off by one of the infected. And he says that his quirk is regeneration. It's enough to heal a bullet in a week, but one of his family members does have the did get infected, and his quirk was stronger than Deku. He's just kind of making it up so Nezu won't try and see if his regeneration quirk is able to stop the infection. Deku's trying to kind of think of everything right now. So Nezu says, okay. Well then, you're welcome to come in then. So Deku walks in, and he starts seeing everyone start staring at him. He heard everyone whispering, who was he? Like, why'd they let him inside? Falco went up and explained, like, that he offered to give half of the materials for 2 days here. Because he couldn't get any sleep with all the infected in the city. And he was just he found the farm by looking at Google Maps. So they said true. Now, Deku, he quickly, set up a tent, near one of the cabins. He unpacked one of his backpacks, the backpack he took with him, got a sleeping bag, got out some new contact lenses, whenever the ones he's wearing dry out. And he just relaxes in there for a little bit. So, part of the agreement was he didn't have to work the first day. Well, until dinner, he would help with dinner. Well, dinner and lunch, he'd help with that. So, since he'd gotten the skills, well, since he'd eaten someone who had good cooking skills, like he was a chef before this thing started.
Really hot. Really hot.
Deku learned how to pretty good cooking skills. So his sense of taste was kind of what was changed in perception. Where he couldn't tell, he had trouble tasting certain things. If something was sour, he couldn't taste it. If something was too sweet, he couldn't taste it. He couldn't really even tell if something was too salty. And of course, he couldn't taste any of the food because he didn't know if he can infect someone. So he just kind of eyeballed it and had other people taste it. And they all thought it was pretty good. So Deku, after being done with lunch and dinner, he went to go. He'd always bring his food to his tent, never letting anyone see what his food looked like with his mask off. Everyone was kind of wondering. The second day, he worked on he worked with all the plants and everything. And tried taking care of some of the livestock. And yeah, so he was drinking some water and then he set it down for a second. And then Kirishima was about to pick up one of the waters nearby. I think it wasn't going to think that much of it until Kirishima said, "Which water's mine again?" And he started picking up the one that was close that Deku just put down. Deku just quickly got out a knife and just hit the bottle through the knife, and it kind of hit the bottle, spewing the water everywhere. Kirishima just said, "What the heck? Water is very precious at the moment." Deku just said, "That was my water, and you probably don't want to drink it." The guy asked why. Like I said, his face wasn't fully healed up quite yet. The injury happened quite recently. Even though he could regenerate fast, there may still be a little bit of blood in the water. I think it's kind of making it all up. He didn't know if any of the saliva inside the backwash would end up causing Kirishima to turn or not. So everyone's kind of shocked at what Deku did. And also, whenever anybody tried to ask his name, he would just say, "I don't really feel like telling you." Sure. Okay.
Up to that tower.
How's that?
Higher. Up to that higher tower.
Okay. So, jeez, it is hot outside today. Hello, Sid. So, he began leaving and coming back. Like, periodically come visit again, offering, well, after he left, he'd come back and visit around once every 3 weeks, offering hazardous materials. Well, he started bringing back less and less. He started telling them that finding materials started getting harder and harder. A few people that were in the city that had started forming gangs were starting to move outside the city. So infected were... Stop! Okay? I do not want you repeating my name over and over again. I'm not pushing you. Because you're mean. No. You can push yourself for a while. It's still fun. Well, then you'll never be allowed on the swing again. Jeez. Now, I like how I can never pause whenever stuff happens. Okay. Now, Deku, he is starting to get worried because more gangs are forming. Strong quirks. The infected are starting to move away from the city, and there's more of them spotted around the farm. So he kind of just asked them all if they should probably leave soon. Because this area around, even though it's a few miles away from where the store was, it's like 20 miles away. Pretty good distance. And it's a pretty large farm, and they do have a big wall around it. But the wall can fall. And people's quirks could probably get in. Some of the infected that are stronger could probably get in. So Deku's starting to get a little worried for them. They all always said, it's probably gonna be nothing. So I have to go inside now because it is way too hot. Oh, never mind. Okay. So apparently I'm not allowed to go inside right now. So, Deku, he got worried. So he's getting increasingly worried. And he told them if they ever were in trouble, then to call him. He gave them their number, well, his number. He has a new phone, probably, so no one would recognize the number. And he said to call him. He also said that he's gonna set up a new base, up in the mountains. If you're able to drive over there, he said that they'd be able to drive over there. But there's this one area that that had a farm nearby. It was actually good land for planting. Small lake nearby. But it wasn't actually in the mountains. It was actually just like right past it. So he said that he'd try and get that area ready. Not many people went over there. So he kind of thinks that no one would really be over there except some of the infected. So they all kind of bid him farewell. So it took Deku a week to get in to this one area, to get to the area he had mentioned before. He killed quite a few of the infected on the way, making sure to eat a little bit of them Even the idea of it made him sick, but yet hungry at the same time. He started making a good base. He found a few people that would be pretty useful to have around. One of them was Kurogiri. Kurogiri is the only survivor of All For One's group. All For One ended up getting bit, but Kurogiri, most of his body is gas, and it's really hard to tell which part of it is not. Also, because he can teleport, he's very useful to have around. I'm gonna get on the swing! So, they were all... So, Deku also had 2 other people. One of them had a small enhancement quirk. Another one was Eri. Because on the way, he met Overhaul and kind of saw Eri. And he kind of thought that Eri was really infected like him. Because of the color hair and the eyes. It turns out Eri is not infected. But he did find out all the horrible stuff. So, that's where I'm going to leave this video off for now. Until next time, goodbye.